Banished from Earth Classic Game Room broadcasts from the intergalactic space arcade on its never-ending mission to review everything. Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of Dragon Quest Heroes, The World Trees Woe, and The Blight Below. Silly title, but a great game. Enjoy. The Dragon Quest series has been around since the 80s. There's many Dragon Quest games and numerous spin-offs. This is Dragon Quest Heroes, which is a lot like Dragon Quest meets Dynasty Warriors. This is actually from the developers of Dynasty Warriors, and like I've been saying for years, you can reskin that series with anything. Gundam, The Legend of Zelda, in this case Dragon Quest, but wait, there's more. This one actually manages to strike an interesting balance between the RPG and strategy elements of Dragon Quest and the hack-and-slash gameplay of Dynasty Warriors. It's more complicated than your standard Dynasty Warriors game, but not too complicated. Just enough to make it really special. This is one of my favorite games that I've played this year. I have found myself totally absorbed by Dragon Quest Heroes, and I don't even like the art design. Also, I know nothing about Dragon Quest. In fact, I think I might know more about The Legend of Zelda than Dragon Quest, and that says something. But I absolutely love the gameplay and strategy elements in Dragon Quest Heroes. This has kept me occupied for countless evenings. It's a great button masher, a good game to unwind to, and it's just lots of fun. It plays really well and looks good on the PlayStation 4. I find the character designs kind of odd, but I'm willing to forgive that when each of the characters is different and has their own attacks and reasons for adding them to your party. To me, it looks like a motley crew of generic anime characters. We've got the cross-eyed guy, the stripper, and the dude who looks like he came straight out of Dragon Ball Z. But that's really where my disappointment ends. From there, Dragon Quest Heroes is amazing. It starts off like any other game in this genre. You hack and slash weak enemies and level up slowly, eventually unlocking new characters and new special magic attacks. If you pick this game up, give it some time. It takes at least 10 or 12, 15 hours until you really get into the serious explosive gameplay that you see on screen here. Good times now. As you can see, you switch between each character during battle, and before you go into each mission, you can equip and select your four-party team. Like most of these games, you'll want one or two powerful warriors, someone that can heal everybody, and I almost always chose the archer for some ranged attacks in there as well. Bubble Girl is remarkably powerful. She's fun to play. I typically would go with either Bianca, who's the archer, or the main character I dubbed the Skywolf. Also, the stripper that you get later in the game is quite powerful. She's got some great magic attacks. Now, from the plot standpoint, I have no idea what's going on in this game, and I don't care. Something about a tree. It's a game about botany and dragons or whatever.
That thing's not gonna hold out much longer.
You don't play this for the plot, you play it for the gameplay and the strategy before each battle. How do you equip your party? What do you equip them with? And during the battle, like Dynasty Warriors, you need to know where to be on the battlefield in order to complete the mission. So pay attention to what the game's telling you to do. It's like pinball, aim for the blinky thing. Sometimes you need to protect something, other times you just need to wipe out those spawning enemies. There's other missions where you have to kill everything in a half-mile radius. And it may surprise you if you're familiar with the Dynasty Warriors games, how much more complex the missions get as you dig into Dragon Quest Heroes. It always keeps you on your toes, and this game continues to get better and better, and it also never seems to end, it just goes on forever. Which is good if you like these kinds of games because you don't play them, or at least I don't play them for the variety. I play them to mash buttons and cause untold levels of destruction on screen. They're always fun and relaxing, and this one is just so surprisingly good. And there's a lot of side mission kind of stuff too, where you can accept quests and go out and just kill a bunch of enemies, and then you increase your inventory slots and whatnot. And another really cool feature is your monster minions. I'm really amazed at how good this game is, considering it's all based on a relatively obscure franchise. They did a great job. And of course, I've got a classic game room shout out. And thank you going to Kelvin from Cuba, Missouri once again. Thank you for sending Dragon Quest Heroes to the show. The tree's problems of whatever. And did you catch the tree's name, by the way? It's... This one is fun. It's even better than it looks. If you've enjoyed any of the Dynasty Warriors, or Samurai Warriors, or Hyrule Warriors, or Dynasty Warriors Gundam games, or whatever, don't miss Dragon Quest Heroes.
I'm afraid there is nothing else for it. Throw caution to the wind. Show no mercy.
Oh, go on then. Getting down and dirty is what I do best after all.
Welcome to the Lord Carnage Club, being shouted from a turbo volcano! Let's thank these Patreon backers, starting with Jeff Breyer. Derek Langley. Michael and Ariana Nelson. Michael Fernandez. Steven Chucknick. Al Stever. Rick DeBarros. Jason Goy. Sergio Matthias Hergert. Chip Sankbale. Busy Signal. Sean Zoltek. Philip Straubenmuller. Jack Stavris. Ohad Kane. Ian Shore. You sure are awesome. And Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva. Tiago Pereira dos Santos Silva.